Hello and welcome to Essence of Sensuality. My name is Anika Kulander and I'll be your host for this segment. So today we're going to talk about how to improve your sex life. And to help us talk about this topic, I would like to welcome Dr. Foojan Zeine. Welcome, Dr. Foojan Zeine.
Hello, nice to be with you.
Hello, it's nice to be with you too. So let's start talking about how someone can improve their sex life. And before we talk about that, can you tell us what are some traits of a healthy sex life and what are some problems that someone might encounter when they start having issues with their sex life?
Well, the healthy sex life actually it's an attitude. So first, it starts with an attitude that needs to be healthy. Then beyond that, it becomes a skill. So you bring the attitude of sensuality to the way that you look at your body and the your partner's body. There's an essence of a passion, a type of energy that comes along, which has to do a lot with respect and pleasure. So, whether you are with your own body, you hold respect for your body, and you hold the essence of pleasure and comfort, knowing where is, the different types of senses, being really connected to your body through your five senses, especially touch. So a lot of men are visual, a lot of women have to do much more with touch or audio and the sense of olfactory. So it's important for us to begin knowing our own body first. You cannot hold anybody else responsible for your body when you're not being responsible for your body first. So the awareness of your senses, what makes you turn on and not, what makes you creates pleasure for you, what areas of your body create pleasure for you. So those are all the most important factor that you would be actually responsible for your body, taking care of yourself. Some people just need rest at times, need to create comfort first for their body and then allow the comfort to go move into a sensuality and the sexuality. And then after that, what your expectation is, and getting to know your partner's body and needing to know skills. Skills are very important in this fact. And not everybody, not anybody, is actually born with those skills automatically. These are skills that need to be learned like any other skills. And I think when you get that, then you try to learn it by being in action, getting yourself educated, and looking at what it is that you can expect from your own body, communicating with your partner, and what it is that they like, where they gain pleasure, what is it that they don't like, what is it that turns them off or on. And with that type of an attitude, awareness, skills, and communication, you can create a delightful sexual experience and a sexual life.
So it sounds a lot like it's very important to take responsibility for your own sexual pleasure first before you can share that with someone else. And I'm wondering, for those people that have been societally conditioned that exploring your own body is wrong or there's a lot of stigma against that, what are some things that they can do to start that process, to start feeling their senses or to start to discover what it is that they like before they communicate that to their partner?
I think with a lot of societies that there might be an issue with necessarily masturbation. It's not any other aspect of that. And the point is first starting to really look at um, if you are comfortable with your body or not. Sometimes it's the matter of getting your body into a space that you're comfortable with, or accept your body as is and look at the beauty of it. So sometimes we have a body identification, like we look at ourselves in the mirror and then we get ourselves turned off with our body. But this is the body we have. This is the all aspect of the pleasure happens actually with this body. So if there's a reason we need to create our body into a better and a sexual way that we get and more excited about it, awesome. Let's do it. But if you want to become fit, if you want to exercise, if you want to create aspects of your body that you love. If that's not the case, or you have tried but it's not, let's accept and look at the areas of your body that you love. Somebody might love their face. Somebody might like their hands, their arms, their legs, their breast, their stomach, whatever area you like. Let's concentrate on those and don't keep looking at the areas that you don't. So enjoy the part of your body that it is, and then begin touching. Just imagine touching different parts of your body, acknowledging every part. It doesn't always have to be a particular part. It can be all of the parts of your body where you get touched, and look at the way that the touch works for you. Sometimes, some areas of your body you might want to touch harder, some of it softer. Get to know your body and the pleasure aspect of it. If you can be with your partner, there's an exercise that we a lot of times give to our clients, which is, for the partners to lay down and naked, and then one only touches from top to bottom of another person's body, front and back, and the one who's receiving it only expresses with their voice, and if they had a pleasure or no, don't touch that place. So it's more of the awareness of that person who's receiving the touch, and the awareness of the person who is giving the touch to know exactly what those areas are in their partner, and then obviously they switch. So if you allow yourself to know, take a bath, go get a massage, and understand from a massage how your body reacts. If you can give yourself pleasure in the essence of touch, that would be the first thing to do. And it doesn't, that type of touch, no religion or no culture says it's bad. I promise you that.
I love that. I love just stroking your own skin or taking a bath. It's these are some luxuries I think that we sometimes don't allow ourselves because we're busy working or something like that. But it's amazing to know that these practices not only help yourself but can help your development of a relationship with your partner. So I'm wondering, it requires a lot of mutual understanding and trust, it sounds like, to develop this relationship where you're exploring with each other and having, say, one partner receiving and one partner giving. It seems quite different than what some people may be familiar with, and it might not even seem completely under the realm of what people think of as sex. So say one partner wants to do something like this, but they're not sure of how to bring it up or something like that. Do you recommend a way for them to start this conversation, or how do you go about doing this?
I think communication and sexuality is very important. It's very difficult for people to have to ask for what they actually want, and people get offended with sexuality also, like, oh, I'm not good enough. It's not about that. It's, nobody's in the other person's body. It's just not. That's real. It doesn't matter how great of a lover you are not in the other person's body. You have to rely on their expression and letting you know in what it is that works. So one of the best things we could do is ask, may I get to know your body? Can you please tell me how your body works? Because I want to be there for you and I want to make the best for you. So when you ask that for you to be for somebody else, and then, after that, you request for them to be there for you. Because obviously, if you get to know their body, you're going to be able to be best for them in that way. The gift that you're offering is going to be, kind of like toward them in whatever their body needs. And nobody else knows it except the person who owns the body. So that's what you're going to be able to ask in order to get the offering of yes. Now, I'm not saying that this is what you got to do all the time. This is with somebody who obviously you are a partner with and you're continuing to have your sexual relationship with, and it's important for you. Is trust important? Yes, because the more that we trust the person that we're with, the more that we trust ourselves, that we have the ability to, maneuver around our body, and we know how to not only pleasure ourselves, but be responsible for our own communication to the other person. Then we go into this space of, let's say, fun and play with confidence. Let's remember, with all the skills, with everything that is there, the context of sexuality is play. That's all it is. We're going two people are going to have, enjoy each other, and they want to know how to play with the other person. Remember, for example, if two kids are running around, and there's just one person is getting tired and they can't run with you. Well, you can't
Mm-hmm.
run with them. So at one point, you got to stop and say, "What's going on with you? Are you okay? Can you run more?" Right? Like you're playing or hopping or doing any of that. Imagine the same thing if there's two people who are actually being with each other's body. At one point, you got to stop and ask, "How's it going for you?" Whether they can show it with their facial expressions or body movement or their sound or actual words. My point is get curious, like be curious in how is the other person doing and what's going on. And that's how you get involved with the in between versus in your own head. Many people stay in their own body and in their own head and in their own fantasies and in their own visuality with a closed eye, and they just go through the whole thing on their own without, although they're with a partner. And
Mm-hmm.
there's no in between. Yes, maybe their body parts which are touching and stroking, but there's no in between. That person is just in their own world pretending to be with another human being. So when you look at a healthy sexuality, there's an in between. There's a dance that happens with both people. So then the communication has to be there for both people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've personally had some encounters where I've kind of looked at the other person and been like, are you even aware that I'm here? Like, do you know who I am? Am I just somebody to you? And that definitely doesn't work, and it doesn't help with building connection with another human. Um, I'm wondering, so a lot of images that we see on porn and stuff like that is really focused on male ejaculation, and it's kind of perpetuating this stereotype or this rule that the goal of a sexual encounter is for the male ejaculation. Or sometimes men will even be like, oh, like I need you to orgasm as a way to validate their own feelings of being good in bed or something like that. So, how do we move away from this idea of sex having an end goal to this area of play that you were just talking about?
Well, I think that the end goal can only get achieved by the pleasure and the play that happens in between. So
Mm.
um, the point of it is the journey, that someone goes in and is just going to explore the journey and explore the pleasure. When you know that you are creating the pleasure for yourself, then there's no reason to go in and finish off the offline. Imagine playing volleyball, on a beach, and their teams and they're playing and it goes back and forth, and they're just the enjoyment is not, winning the volleyball tournament. The enjoyment is playing volleyball, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the whole thing. And I'm not saying that there are not times that we just want to have a quickie and finish off and be done with it. And those are fun for a time being. The same way sometimes we just want to go to McDonald's and have the Big Mac and the French fries and be done with it, even while we're driving. I just got to have food and let it be. It has its place. But I can't really say that that's like having pleasure with food. It's not a gourmet food. It's just, yeah, at times you might have a craving for it. At times you might need it, and that's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's also this all the other aspect of going into a five-star hotel and restaurant and sitting down and being served, and then checking the menu and looking at all the different types of menus, and then sitting down and having appetizer, and they're really enjoying the appetizer and going to the next meal and then the dessert. You know what I'm saying? Like there's also that, and people should have all of it. Like you should experience all of it versus just limiting themselves into one aspect of this.
Absolutely. So I have
All
so
right,
many questions. I know that we're running short on time. I'm wondering if
yeah,
I can just ask you one more question before we go.
real quick.
Yeah, okay, real quick. So, in times of COVID, a lot of couples are quarantined together and they're seeing each other 24/7, and things might be feeling stale. Do you have any recommendations of how they can rejuvenate and revitalize their sex life in that circumstance?
Take a little bit of space from each other, because with the sexuality, there's a desire, there's a hunting, there's a missing. Is I gotta yearn for you, and then if you're consistently with me, then I'm not yearning for you. So stay on the couch for one day and then go back. Go on a go outside and just have your hours, like 3 hours, 4 hours outside in the nature or something, and then come back. So that's one aspect of it. Create a separation so that you yearn and desire each other. If you don't have children at home, but they're always also at home, and you can find a peace and quiet, then have play with it, go to different places, so the novelty shows up in you having sex in different locations. If the children are there and you can get a nanny or somebody that a family member that are safe, and then go outside, go someplace that you could go and just be with each other and create like a date of creation of novelty. Do something that is different, at least if you can't give each other space. Do something that is different so that you surprise each other in a different way. Come up with creative way of surprising. Come up with a new way, new positions, and have fun with new positions, things that you never done before, just for the heck of it, and laugh and create, fun and play with each other. If you've been at the bottom, go on the top. If you've been front, go in the back. Do whatever, like, flip your head. Get a book from Kama Sutra and try all of their 100 positions just for the heck of it.
I love
Okay?
that. Thank you so much for your time. It sounds like a great advice that applies to life in general. Go try something new, go have fun, go laugh, be with each other. That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank
It's been
you.
an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me. Take care.
All right, thank you so much for watching us today at Togetherness Media. I'm Anika Kulander, your host for this episode. Please share Togetherness Media with all of your friends. We have a lot of exciting new content coming out for you soon. We have a app that we designed for you, and if you subscribe now before the end of the year, you can watch all of our content for free forever. Things will change a little bit after the new year. And if you have any questions or comments, please message us on our website at www.togethernessmedia. And if you would like to sponsor one of our shows or our programs, we really thrive on your donations. So please contact us on our website, or you can click the donate button and send us a little love. Thank you so much for watching, and see